It's not that deep, guys. It's just casual.
I'm chatting
You
and
keep
chatting.
saying that, but do you see this equipment?
I see it. I've been there. I've already uploaded myself on YouTube before. This is the first time for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready. The
And
world's
the
about
first
to.
time jitters.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll go
Take a
away
deep
quick.
breath, Emily. Let it out. Oh. that was
She's
good.
ready.
I think she's ready.
What's going on, everybody? We're back. Back. It's official.
Back.
So back. Yeah. That was the least exciting intro we've ever had, but that's okay. So this is Chit-Chats with VCYA, VCYA, all things VCYA.
What does VCYA stand for? I feel like that's a good place to start.
It's up for interpretation, but in history has been Victory College Young Adults,
Okay.
also known as VCYA. But we're back. This is our pod. Pod sounds so lame. This is our podcast. This is our pod. No, but this is something that we've kind of revitalized from
That's a good
the
word.
archives. Revitalized.
Revitalize.
Yeah.
I got a degree. I know a few
Really?
words that size.
Degree's a big word too,
Yeah,
honestly.
degree.
That's a good
And
one.
can be used in different manners.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so why the podcast? Why the Chit Chats? And it's essentially just a space for young adults to hear from other young adults and from guests, and just to tune in to some wholesome Christian content. Right? Wholesome
yeah.
Christian content. And the point of this podcast is not to be like experts or.
Well, I'm not an expert at.
You're definitely
any-
not. You're
any-
definitely not.
Just got into college.
Yeah, you just got here, bro. You just made it into
I'm
VCYA.
not. I'm a fresh freshman.
You're
just got here.
fresh, dude. Fresh out. But it's literally just to kind of be ourselves, to kind of give you kind of a look behind the curtain, maybe if you're new or if you're interested, and just to kind of give you some indirect community. And along the way, we might learn some things about the Lord, hopefully.
Okay.
Right? That's our priority here is the
Yes.
Lord.
I love Jesus.
And just about life, young adulthood, all of those things. So that's kind of the reason. And Chit Chat, for the name's sake, why did we come up with that name? Do we remember?
Because that one goes all the way back to the OG Chit Chat.
The
That wasn't a new
OG.
thing.
Joel, we were nowhere to be found.
I was.
You guys were still
I
in
might have
middle
still
school
been in the
when we
womb.
started this.
She could have been in middle school.
Honestly, let's see.
What year was it?
That was
2020.
2020.
Okay,
I was still finding myself. I had just not even graduated. I got out of 8th grade. Was whenever 2020 hit. I was
That's
in 8th grade.
That makes
Crazy.
me feel
Yeah.
so
I would have been a
that's sad.
junior in high school.
Ouch.
Okay. That makes me feel less old.
And it's like
less.
I don't even have a recollection of my 8th grade graduation because they did one of those drive-by graduations.
That's not a graduation.
Oh, that's
yeah, from
so
8th grade.
sad.
But you know what the crazy part? My mom didn't press record.
just,
So there's
she
no.
just held the phone.
She held the phone, and like this is a historical thing of my mom doing this.
Yeah.
And like that was one of the moments. So I didn't grad. Like it's not.
You're
history.
still in the
did
8th grade. You didn't know that?
Never got past it.
You're still in the 8th grade.
Never.
Oh, man. 8th grade graduation, I left in a limo.
See,
What?
like
Yeah.
What?
You left 8th grade graduation in a limo, and you just said that your school had Macs for your computers.
Yeah.
My school did
It's a
too.
rich
but we had
school, bro.
iPads and they didn't even work. How do you have Macs?
Oh, a lot of our stuff didn't work either, for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
So it was like
I
old
always
Macs.
made sure I
It
got
was
one of the
Mac,
Mac.
but spelled M-A-C-K.
Yeah.
It was the 18-wheeler branded computer.
For sure. So in Chit Chat history, we, and by we I mean my roomie here, me and Casey, we were roommates back in the day. It was the COVID era of all things being shut down. There was nothing going on around here.
We were bored in the apartment.
Bored in the apartment, locked up.
2 roomies.
Couldn't get out of there, 2 roomies, and we just had a dream. $1 in a dream. That's all we had. That's all we had. And a lot of church equipment. And not a lot. There's a lot more now. But we had some church equipment, and we were like, let's just start this thing, and we got about 4 episodes in, and that was it.
Yep.
So you can go back into the archives and you can watch those.
Still on YouTube.
It's just a lot of
That's all you
banter.
needed though. It's like whenever you make like a movie and it's like
Yeah, when
you
it's
make
when
the
it's that
second
good,
one and then
yeah.
it's like there's no point in making a third one.
You don't have to go.
It was
any further.
complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
And
Okay,
then
but what is this? Is this not the?
so
This
this
is a sequel.
is whenever they do like the live action version. You know what I mean? And then people love it so much that
This-
they keep requesting it.
This is like the High School Musical trilogy ending, and then them soft launching Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. I just found out about this movie the other day. It did not need to happen, right? High School
Sharpay's?
Musical was the perfect trilogy. It was done.
It was complete.
It was complete. And then they were like, Sharpay, you want to go to New York City with Austin Butler?
I
But
hate spinoffs.
was it good? Yeah, it was good.
Wait, like Austin Butler, like new Elvis.
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler.
Yep.
That guy.
I had no clue. I learned so much in one TikTok 2 days ago.
See, that's why they want to get rid of TikTok.
It's because we're learning too much.
We're learning too much about Sharpay's adventures.
This is
Yeah.
what they don't want you to know.
They're like, don't read your Bible, watch this video.
Bro, I have no idea who Sharpay is because I've never watched High School Musical.
That's
Hold
ever.
up.
Oh.
Never?
Because I never, okay, I've had these conversations with people, but I never watched the typical shows growing up. You know what I mean? Like, we had cable, but cable was like, some channels were banned. So I had like Animal Planet and like the History Channel. So it was like, I remember Pawn Stars was like one that I watched whenever I was at Valley View Elementary.
baby.
And to this day, I've told multiple people this recently because it's been coming back up. Duck Dynasty. That is my top all-time favorite show, and
Still-
I think to this day I still
he
watch
pulled up
it.
his YouTube, he was like, I guarantee you, Doug Dynasty's gonna be the first
like
recommended video.
I'll do it
was.
again. I'm not even phased. Was it the first one?
Wait,
Still
it's
loading.
still loading.
Okay, so
Yeah.
No way.
Oh my gosh,
There
yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Silas Robertson. I had a duck call. I bought a duck call.
You kind of look like you're part of the family.
I am. They keep adopting, bro. They always adopt. That all the Robertsons have adopted like 6 kids. It's crazy.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's incredible. I
But-
remember that show back in the day. It's just wholesome.
It is a very wholesome show, and like I thought it was gonna be scary because the word dynasty just sounds scary,
Dynasty.
doesn't it? Like if you're in 2nd grade and I was a scared kid, bro. Like I like I said, I had Animal Planet, so we had Finding Bigfoot.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Bro,
that one will get you.
That terrified me. Like I would turn the TV on from a different room and like peek through to see if Finding Bigfoot was on, and then I would like if it was on, it was over. I was
You know
not
what- you
watching
know
TV
what?
that day, bro.
Do you know what scared me back in the day?
What?
The Michael Jackson like pop-up videos.
Michael
Oh,
Jackson.
wherever he's just like,
Jackson.
was he
Son-
alive
son of
whenever you
Jack.
were alive at all? Like when did he die?
He was alive when you were alive.
When did he die?
I don't know. Can we fact check that?
Did he
Can we
die?
When did Michael
09,
Jackson
2009.
Because see, you want me to tell you what I was doing in 2009? I was 3 years old, and I visited Victory for the first time in 2009.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
And I went through Grow Track in 2009.
At 3 years old?
It definitely wasn't
youngest
called
member.
track back in the day.
What would it have been called back in
Just
2009?
assimilation.
Assimilation.
They're like, fall in line, son.
And I did.
And you
Been-
did wholeheartedly.
I've
You were
been
so
in the
scared.
line.
You were like, this is a dynasty. I'm getting
That was
involved.
Boca era.
Yeah.
That was Boca era Joel.
Oh my.
Okay. Spelling
I
bees.
should
still
bring
had
it
an
back.
accent back then.
Bring back the Volca.
And the accent.
Do you guys remember what you were doing in 2009?
Yep. 6th grade.
6th grade. Up in the big leagues.
Big league.
Are y'all both the same age?
I'm a year older.
You're older.
And then Emily, you're still in college, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I see Emily. She almost ran me over
I
today.
did.
What?
Her BMW SUV. Yeah.
Dang.
I'm trying to walk
Should've
past
let her-
Buena Vita, and I'm still new to this campus, so I don't know what's going on. And I was like just walking around, and
Hey,
then
I was running late.
I could tell. You almost ran me over. She's coming, and I was like, oh crap. And then it's like a BMW, so I'm like, oh, this is an adult. I look stupid.
Bro, let it
And
hit
then-
you. It'll pay for your tuition.
I know. They just painted a crosswalk out here, bro. Like at Victor. Have you seen it?
Yeah. I
That's
walked on
easy
it.
money. You just
Immediately.
stand there, get hit. That's an easy like 15K in a lawsuit. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
College is not, bro. SCU is not cheap.
Mm-mm.
No.
at all.
That's for sure.
Because I think
Spun
we
up
all
quite
went
a
to
bit.
SCU.
Yeah.
Everybody on this.
You're getting
in
some
this-
shout downs from the back over here about SU
Oh,
not
yeah.
being too cheap.
I think everybody here goes. Almost everybody in this room went to SCU.
It's made such an impact on all of us.
It's almost like it's 15 minutes from here.
It's almost
crazy.
like 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Car insurance.
Yeah, by switching to
Car insurance is no joke
Geico.
either.
car insurance.
Isn't it Geico?
Yeah, it is Geico.
Yeah.
And what is their mascot, Emily?
A lizard.
A
What
gecko.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'm from the South. It's
So
a lizard.
you
We don't
didn't-
have those.
you didn't watch Animal Planet, did you?
she,
not know.
she had all
we
the
had
channels.
Disney, so
Yeah.
I watched High School Musical.
Disney?
She had a lot more options here.
Have you seen Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure?
I have not. I was today years old.
Should
when
we
I
watch
heard
it right
about
now?
A little watch party?
Just turn it on. It's just completely silent in here for the next. That's like Nico, my little guy. We can turn on movies now, and he just locks in for like an hour and a half.
That's amazing.
Really?
Mouth open, eyes locked. Yeah, I'll like get in his face and be like, "What's up, dude?" And he's like looking around me at the TV. I'm like, "Okay, I'm not important anymore."
Because he's like, he's
until
starting to
Cars
get,
turns off.
he's starting to
Whoa.
develop. He's starting to become
develop
aware.
those just, but we're not new to this, but we're new to this, if you know what I'm saying. And one thing that we forgot to do was just introduce ourselves. So
true.
So we're just gonna roll straight in to some introductions. We're gonna start over here with the lady of the group.
Hi, I'm Emily. Do I say my last name?
Sure.
Okay, I'm Emily Foster. I am from South Carolina. I ended up in Lakeland through Southeastern. I am graduating there soon, and I'm a ministry major, which is kind of how I ended up here at Victory, through volunteering and internship, and one thing led to another, and yeah, I just stuck around.
Stuck
Still
around.
here.
Yeah.
And now you're making a podcast.
Yeah,
Look at
Now,
that.
It's a
now
beautiful
you've
life.
made it
I have.
to the Chit-Chat.
Yes.
Yeah. Next, we'll have our little one of the
The
group,
little one. The youngin.
the youngin,
The youth.
the youth.
Hello. My name is Joel Ravella. My middle name is Ebenezer. And I think it stands for the Lord is my rock.
That's so good.
Can you quote me on that? Can you quote me on that? I would like that. But I'm just going to go out there and say the Lord is my rock because I think that's what my mom told me. But I'm freshly 18. I'm an adult. I pay taxes now.
Doesn't mean the Lord is my rock.
Stone rock, same thing. Stone of help. We're same vein. But yeah, I'm a youth, just freshly started SCU. I grew up at Victory since 2009. I've been here. So
Good year.
I've kind of basically grown up here.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, it's a very beautiful thing. Life,
Life.
more life. Well, let's go to the couch now. Let's move over to the couch.
Yeah, I'll introduce myself. My name is Matthew Thomas Cruz. Yeah, I am from North Carolina, the real Carolina, some might call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just do shit. He just went there.
Yeah, I did. I always do. No, but I was a SU student way back in the day. It's been 10 years since I got here now almost. It's pretty
Jeez.
crazy.
I thought you were going to say 10 years at SCU, and I was like,
He was
Goodness
really bad at
gracious.
school.
Yeah. I'm a super duper super senior. No, but I came to SCU then around 2017. I started to come to Victory, get involved with youth, and long story short, there was an opportunity to work some part-time hours, and I was sold a bill. Not literally, figuratively.
Prospector Bill?
Yeah, Prospector Bill. Also, great movie. Great call on that one. I was sold this dream that it would just look really good on my resume and I would make some money.
For sure.
That's what they sold me too.
Yeah, dude, that's how they get you.
The IRS,
And,
bro. No joke.
and I have been here ever since. So 5.5 years full time. It's been great. And do young adults, involved with youth, make coffee on Sunday mornings,
That's like a vibe.
sweat a lot
Whoa. That's
in the hot Florida sun, setting up for events.
and you're in
I had to
sweat- you're in a
clarify
sweatsuit.
that for you because you, yeah,
Because what?
Nothing. Anyways, so yeah, that's me.
And I'll
Let's
round
go
us
to
out.
the man of the group,
The elder.
The elder. I hate that so
Bishop
much.
Reverend.
My name is Casey. Casey Herbert Simmergran, since we're doing the full government name thing.
That's good, Herbert.
I like it.
It's a family name. It's
Yes,
beautiful.
sir. Yes, it is.
I actually just met another Herbert the other day.
How old was that guy?
65. At least. There's no way he was not born in the 50s.
In the Great
Um,
Depression. You had to
probably.
be from there, bro.
Probably.
Goodness gracious.
But yeah, I have also lived in Lakeland now for 10 years. I moved here in 2014 when Joel was just a dream, just a twinkle in his parents' eyes. Also for SEU, like every other single person that you'll ever meet here. And I stuck around. 2018, 2019 is when I graduated and moved in with Matt. We got a little apartment together.
There you go.
And at the time, that was when he was stepping into his role here at Victory, and I was not in church at the time, for lack of a better term. And he got me to come to Victory, and so then it took off. I ended up working here for a few years, and now I have a super boring job. I sell tech platforms to mental health practices.
What is a tech platform?
Dude, it's just...
Oh, so you don't even know what you're
No,
selling.
no. I'm
You're just selling them.
I'm just hoping that somebody says yes when they
Yeah.
pick up the phone.
So, like, are you like a salesman? Is that like your title?
I am.
So, do you feel like Jim from The Office?
No, because I'm not funny, and nah, dude.
Come on, bro.
No,
You don't play pranks at all?
I work remote.
Oh,
Do you think I prank my dog?
He comes in with like the Zoom background.
Okay,
He's like, got you guys.
I work remote is such a crazy like that. I always thought I was picturing. I thought you worked in like a cubicle.
No, dude, I work in the extra bedroom that we have upstairs that is also my wife and I's closet. And my cat just sits on my desk all day.
Bro, cats are the move. Like, I actually got put on by my brother, and he was like, "Bro, cats over dogs all day."
No.
That's a crazy thing to say you got
got
put
put
on
on?
to.
Yeah,
Like,
because okay,
What
I-
put you on to a cat?
This was my thing. I never was a pet person. I had 2 beta fish, and they both died. So, like, the pets weren't really my thing. I think my mom was just scared of attachment to pets, and then my dad just didn't want a pet, and then me and my brother just weren't responsible enough for a pet. So it was just
So
like,
all of your pets were just via Animal Planet, anyways.
yeah, like it was like
They just stayed on screen.
yeah, and I used to watch Wildcrats, bro. Like that's how deep it was. Like I thought I was one with the animal kingdom, and then I just never could get a pet. And then I was saying, like, my brother grew up, and then he started dating this woman. She was a girl at the time, but now she's a woman. But he-
Glad you clarified that.
Yeah, we needed that.
yeah. But she had a cat, and the cat's name is Baby Kitty. And when I tell you that is the most chill animal that I think I've ever met, like, it's just so calm, doesn't even meow. And if it does meow, it's like meow. You know what I mean? It's like a calm.
I don't know if
And
I
then-
like that.
Just like that. Like, I thought the cat was right here in the room when you did that. That's how identical it
It's
is.
right there. I'm just playing.
You got me there.
Gotcha.
But
Pranks.
it's just like they clean them. Like, my brother actually laid this out for me. Like, they clean themselves. They take themselves to the bathroom, like with the litter boxes. They're like, you don't have to walk them or take them out. Like, they just kind of, it's like you're living with a roommate that doesn't pay rent. Like, he's just there.
That's fair.
And then the dog, on the other hand, I just feel like it's so much work. Like, I don't know.
This man's best friend, though.
Yeah,
It's a
they're
man's
so
best friend, but
cute.
like cats are just like,
That's
you know what I
what a
mean?
cat
That's
is.
it.
And then dogs are like,
I don't know, bro. You have not met my cat. My cat has
Your cat's crazy?
He has anxiety and IBS,
oh my goodness.
That's a
which
rough
is
combination.
the exact opposite of this. In every way you could imagine. He's the coolest cat.
How did you
but-
find out that like a cat had anxiety? I don't think I've ever.
You find out quick when
Really?
a cat has anxiety mixed with IBS.
That's I
Does
track
anxiety
what you know.
trigger the IBS?
The
Oh,
IBS
yeah.
triggers the anxiety also
It,
as well.
it is a vicious cycle. If there is even a
That you're-
morsel of a thunderstorm,
Oh, he's gonna freak.
game over.
Is it a he or she?
He.
Okay. What's his name?
Winston.
Winston. How'd you come up with that name?
We were between Winston and Schmidt because we love New Girl. And he has more of a Winston personality.
Gotcha.
He's
Okay.
not like Schmidt.
Hmm.
He's civilized.
But are you? Would you consider yourself a cat person then?
1000%.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
agreeing.
Yeah.
We agree to agree.
Have you ever
Some could
heard?
say that.
Have you ever heard my cat story?
No, I would love to hear it though.
Any,
I'd
any
love to hear it.
animal-related story that Matt Cruz has is
It's-
bound to be tragic.
I'm ready for this. Come on.
Okay, so we had quite a few animals back in the day. Miniature farm, if you would call it that. And all of our animals were just outside animals. We had dogs, never saw the inside of our house. Cats, never saw the inside. You know that
I got
kind
you.
of that kind of life
Like-
out on the farm, old McDonald
Rural.
style,
Rural.
back in the day. We had an amazing cat at one point. Her name was Bella. She was great, just natured really well.
Yeah.
Pet her. She was soft, beautiful, all that stuff. Beautiful cat.
Bella.
Yeah, and Bella would have litters of kittens with stray cats.
Oh, Bella.
Yeah, Bella, Bella, Bella. But one of these litters, she had a cat. She would always have a cat that was natured like her, or
Like a kid.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she'd always have a kitten that was natured like her. There you go. And one of these kittens, he was just a little chubby guy, and one of my best friends at the time grew up with this guy. He had a dog, and the dog's name was Chubbs. Okay, well Chubbs
I don't like where this is going.
passed away,
Oh.
and so in Chubbs' honor, I named this chubby little kitten Chubbs.
Mm.
And I was like, hey, dude, you need to come meet Chubbs the cat. He's amazing. You'll love him. This is an ode to you and your childhood. So we go out in the garage, right? He's out there taking a little nap ski, right?
Chubbs
And
the cat.
Chubbs the cat, right? Chubbs the dog is in the ground. And
Taking a permanent nap ski.
permanent, forever nap ski. And he's like in this like little makeshift cage. I don't even know where we got that thing, but he was in there, and I was like, Chubbs, wake up, Chubbs. And I like kicked the cage a little bit, and he didn't move. And so I was like, okay. And I was like rubbing him on his head. I was like, Chubbs, wake up. And then like I moved the entire thing, and his body moved, and like, like when an animal dies, they get kind of stiff.
Oh.
His whole body moved like in the sleeping position, and I was like, Chubbs is dead as well. I just introduced Chubbs 2.0, and he is also dead. The story doesn't end there.
Oh my goodness.
So, like I said, we grew up with just a lot of animals around. So I buried a lot of animals in our like pasture area.
Cy Robertson does that.
Yeah, dude. I had a Duck Dynasty lifestyle, dude.
That's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
go. And so I dig this hole, right? And I throw Chubbs in the hole because I'm like, okay, we're going to say a few nice things about this small teenage cat. And I didn't compensate for the stiffness of his body, meaning when I put Chubbs in the hole, he was still like this. And so his paws were sticking out of the hole. So I took the shovel, right? I'm a young lad, right?
Like how young? Like how old? Let me. Yeah.
I'm probably
I'm
in
trying
like
to get a
fourth
picture.
or fifth grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matthew.
Yeah. So I'm just a young little guy, and so I take the shovel and I push down on Chubbs to push him deeper into the hole, right? And when I do so, the air that had collected inside of his body, he just goes, dude.
You make me throw up.
I took off running because I was like, he's back. He's back from the dead. He wasn't.
Oh.
It was just the air leaving his body.
Oh,
That's
I was going to
crazy.
say.
No. We just got scared for like a half second, and then we're like, okay, yeah.
You know
was
that
just-
happens to humans too.
I'm sure it does. I don't want to find that out. Chubbs was enough. Emily,
Emily.
South Carolina's where it's at. Everybody, South Carolina, check in.
Whenever they embalm the body, usually humans let out a scream.
Yeah. What's
That's
that?
not-
That
wait.
has a name. What's it called?
Terrifying.
Yeah.
yeah. That as well.
Traumatic.
That as well. But yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So like they don't let the family near the area because they're gonna think the human's still alive.
Yeah, that's scary.
it's very scary.
I'm having nightmares tonight now.
Never mind.
I don't know why I know that. I don't think I knew that
How
I
did you
knew
She's
know
just
that
full of facts.
until
ladies and
this
gentlemen.
moment.
Oh, wow.
Just
That's
came
crazy.
out.
It just came out.
The
She-
Holy
they
Spirit
were just
gave
buried
you
in
that
there.
little fun fact.
It's just like a South North Carolina thing. You guys like know everything about animals. I feel like
Just
one
just
with
corpses.
the wilderness.
They just know everything about
dead
corpses.
That's South Carolina. Though.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, you just bury them. Their feet hanging out, I guess.
Yeah. So,
crazy.
anyways, that's my cat story. No, but I was kind of thinking earlier about like this crew that we were gonna have on here today, and I was like, it feels a little bit like a time capsule of just VCYA memories,
Yeah.
because I can think back to like the early days of VCYA. We rebranded to VCYA, not like with our cool little logos and stuff now, but we were changing things and making them, we were pushing them into what we are today. Like, obviously we didn't know that we were going to be sitting here doing this, the four of us. I couldn't see that, but like, yeah, Casey joined about that same time within like the first year
Yeah.
of me stepping in. And now like you've been around a little bit and you've been around the ministry, but now you're like new to the
Yeah.
young adult ministry. Like
I am.
you're here. And so I had like a question of like for Casey, because it's been some time,
Yeah.
just some time has passed. So what's like a fond memory of VCYA?
goodness.
Maybe like a best memes type moment of
He's going back in the
VCYA's
archives.
past. Yeah.
Years ago.
He's digging.
I definitely have my first memory of VCYA. This was like Matt was deciding, and hopefully you're okay with me sharing this, but
I guess so.
you,
Yeah, for
I was gonna say no.
nah, bro.
you were deciding if you were gonna join Victory, like as a full-time staff member, and you were split between a few opportunities. And I remember you like praying about it and talking about it and like, God, like what am I supposed to do? And I remember us talking about it and you just coming to the conclusion of like, maybe this is exactly like where God has placed me on purpose and to grow this thing and see what it can become. And I think about that all the time. Anytime guys have a service or I see you post about it, I always am like transported back to that moment because I'm like, man,
Yeah.
if we knew what this would all look like 5 years ago, the decision would have been so much easier. But I think it's
sure.
like so beautiful to know that like you just stepped into it and we're like, all right, God, like whatever you have for me, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it diligently. And now we have a resurrected podcast.
We have it. We have it. If we don't have anything, we have this right here.
Oh yeah. I think a fun memory though are all the mountain melts that we ate.
Oh man.
Bro.
There was a time when I'm not sure if you're familiar with Miller's Ale House,
Yes.
a legendary establishment. They have this thing called a Zinger Mountain Melt, which is the equivalent of an entire day and some's caloric intake recommended
I
for
think
like
it's like 1990
yeah.
calories.
It's enough.
Wait, what
What's
is
the
it?
go-to order though? What's your go-to Zinger Mountain Melt
Oh,
sauce?
I got mine.
Oh,
I got
for
mine.
sure. It's the sweet Thai chili with mango habanero
Yep.
on the side.
that's
and
exact-
extra ranch.
Extra ranch.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that thing is soup when you put all the sauces in it there, and it's beautiful. But I think we went through a period of time where we ate probably 2 of those a week.
At least. Minimum.
That's
yeah.
insane.
When I realized what we had been doing, I weighed 240 pounds.
Goodness gracious.
And
60 pounds later, I was like, what have I done?
we're getting the fact check right now. Does that say 1720?
17,
1,000.
But when you get the extra ranch, that's like at least like
Oh, that's just
Oh,
bare
no
bones.
sauce.
no sauce. Oh,
You
Yeah.
said you had
With
soup
the-
of sauce.
We're pushing 2,000 calories.
Yeah, for
Easy.
easy.
bro. I remember I would order a mountain melt on a Wednesday after service, and then I would eat it for lunch and dinner the next day on a Thursday. And like that was what got me through Thursdays at school.
Oh yeah.
Was looking forward to my leftover Zingers Mountain Milk from Miller's Ale House. Bro, it's no
Yeah.
joke. But I got put on later. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't at those ones, you know.
You were too young.
I was still in the womb, bro.
Dude, we would roll into Miller's deep.
I heard it was like the whole long section of the table.
We would
like,
have to call ahead like an
That's
hour and a half in
crazy.
advance. Be like, hey, we got 25 people coming. They'd be like, to this restaurant tonight? Be like, we're on the way right now.
And we're getting zingers. Don't even pull out a menu. We're all ordering the same thing, guys.
they hated to see us coming.
Actually,
like-
there was one waitress who like she vibed.
Oh,
She
yeah.
vibed with our crew.
For sure. I still have a pen that she gave me. It was this like sticky hand pen.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why, but it's still in my car. 5
Look at
years
that.
later.
Look at
That's
that.
crazy.
Look at
Never
that.
forget.
Just the men.
Miller's is the spot though. Like
It
that.
is.
If I am starving and if I'm with my brother,
Yeah.
that is the spot. Like anytime, even if we're in a different like city,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
look for the closest Miller's because like I know I'm going to be full. Cause it's let me paint this picture for you if you don't know what a Zinger's Mountain Milk and like help me out with this.
Yeah.
So you start with the base of like the perfect crisp to crunch to soft ratio fries in my opinion. Like I think it's a very good ratio.
I'm starving already.
Look at that. And then that's just the base. By itself, that's probably like what 720 calories, just the fries.
Easy.
And then added on top of that is like 6 chicken tenders
Mm-hmm.
that are just
Praise God.
gorgeous, like a
Mhm.
golden
Probably
brown,
microwaved, but we don't
Oh, yeah.
care.
but they taste like they were, oh my goodness, heaven sent.
Made
And
yesterday
then-
at least.
Oh,
At
least. And then on top of that is just cheese and bacon and what are the green things called? Like spring
Scallions.
onions.
Scallions?
Chives?
Green onions?
Chives.
Chives. I think they're all the same thing, honestly.
But
Who
like
knows? I
it's
don't
just
eat 'em.
like top and it's just like red, white, blue America. Like the sauce is on top of it and there's ranch and it's even just thinking about it makes me feel fat.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like 120 pounds. So Mountain Melts will do it to you.
I weighed 120 pounds in 2009. Just to let you know that.
2009, I think I was like 58, pushing 60.
I'm
Have
still
you
2
experienced a Zinger Mountain Melt?
I think I have once,
Mm.
but it wasn't as life changing as
Oh,
as y'all are saying.
You
it
got to
is.
go round 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta go around.
I
two.
think I did it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it
You got-
didn't change your life, you didn't do it right.
Yeah.
So
For better or for worse.
Yeah.
One of the two. You're either gonna have a
that's what I'm
great
saying.
experience.
Has you ever had like a meal that just changed your life? Like I know Mountain Melt's one of them, but like I can name like 2 other meals in my life that I think changed my perspective on the world. Can you think of those? Like, do you have any? I'll go first. Okay.
I mean,
Like, let me set the scene for you, okay?
You're setting this up.
And then whenever I set this up for you, someone's gonna pop into your head and you're gonna want to share. So this was back in I want to say it was like 2021. Whenever it was me, my brother, and my brother's best friend Tyler. We were going to India, and so normally whenever we go to India, we fly this way, which is like from like Florida and like to the right of Florida. You know what I mean? So I forgot which ocean that is. What's the one that's
It's the blue one.
the blue one? Yeah,
Yeah,
the one with water.
Yeah.
But this time we went the other way. So we went from Florida to California, and then we stopped in Japan, which is like out of this world. And this was like right after COVID, and so we couldn't leave the airport, and we had an 18-hour layover. And then we also landed in the middle of the night, so everything was just closed. So we were like miserable. And then at like 7 in the morning, all the restaurants open. But at 6 in the morning, there was one restaurant that opened, and we were like, we're going to that one. And so we pull up 6 a.m. We're like tired. We've been in there. None of us have showered. Like we're exhausted. And it's this one guy, one Japanese dude, just cooking up like 4 stoves of udon. And like I don't even know what udon is at that time. Now I do because my life was changed. But so we ordered, and it was like a 30, 45 minute like meal that we had. Like that's how long. And we were just sitting there in silence. It was me, my brother, TK, and like our cousins. 30, 45 minutes in silence, just. And when I tell you, I left that meal and like I looked at people differently.
Like you were better than them?
I was. Yeah, I just had such a superiority complex after that. No, but it's just like I looked at someone and I was like, I appreciate you.
Wow.
Like I just felt a joy after I had that meal, and like that's what I'm saying. Like a meal that just your spirits are lifted. Have you ever had a meal like that?
Yeah. Communion every time.
Every time,
Every time.
bro. They just like I think they just updated the communion. Like it's not the same. We get them like underneath, like the bread's underneath.
It's a lot
the
more
juice.
convenient that way
Is it?
to me.
I liked the old bread though. It was not stale, but it had like a timey taste. Like it tasted like years of history.
from medieval times.
Yeah.
Like they found it in a treasure chest.
Like
somewhere.
sometimes I would bite it in nibbles and like just act like I was a Victorian
How?
child.
The whole thing was just a nibble, dude. The whole thing was literally flatter than paper.
Bro, but like food can change you though. Isn't that crazy?
That's
Yeah,
real, dude.
That's so real. That's so
Yeah.
real.
But yeah, that's my story about food. Okay, maybe you guys just aren't like invigorated by food
I
like
don't
I
know.
am.
I don't think I have a story that will come close to your airport noodles.
Yeah, right. Udon,
Udon.
not
Udon.
noodles.
Oh,
There's a difference.
Difference. My bad.
Yeah, the dude, he told me. I didn't understand what he was saying, but he told me.
I hope to have an experience that enlightening.
Hey,
so
it's
one
rich.
day.
it's like a thing that comes with maturity. Like as you get older, you'll start to develop.
Yeah,
those
when
keen
you're his
senses.
age one day.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
You'll be there.
You'll mentor me until we get there.
Yeah. All right. So same question that I asked Casey before this food story. That was just so amazing.
Thank you.
So incredible, so insightful. But now kind of moving it forward to like the present, future tense
Present,
of
future.
VCYA for Emily and Joel. What are some good memes that you have? I mean, yours are kind of
Yeah, mine are
short-lived.
sporadic. But Emily, what is the first memory you have at VCYA?
Okay. The first memory that I can think of, like as far as events that happened for VCYA, is this pool party. That it was like an all-girls pool party, and it was at the Riddle's house, which y'all probably don't know who that is, but we do.
yeah.
And and I showed up late, as I do everything, and they had like these like drapes up, like piping drapes that like blocked everything but this hallway. And it was pitch black. And I just got the address from someone telling me to be there at this time.
Like, what am I walking
And
into?
so I opened the door, and no one's in the house. And there's just these black piping drapes going down the hallway leading to the door to the pool. And I don't know where anyone is at. And so I just like walk down this hallway, and then I find everyone at the pool, and I didn't like, it was great once I got there. But I just remember walking in and being like, I don't really know where to go. But then the pool party was very fun.
Vibes.
Glad that had a redemption arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was just like
It was fun.
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yes.
That's a creepy start, but
Yeah.
ended well.
It happens that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Always.
crazy.
What about you, dude?
My first VCYA memory.
Yeah.
So okay, let me think. This was my first one actually, like my very first one. I did fine arts. Fine arts is a great thing. If you've never heard of fine arts, it's a wonderful thing. Look it up. But I was at the church. I'd been there for like a few hours all day, and then I'd been in church in the morning. So I was exhausted at this point. And I think I was in like beginning of high school, so like 9th or 10th grade maybe. And VCYA is for young adults, and I was nowhere near a young adult. So I was like, oh, cool, they're having a service in here. Like, this is cool. And I walk in, and then I don't know who told me, but they were just like, oh, this is a young adult service. So then I left, and I just sat in the office for like the rest of the day because I was like, oh, I don't know any people here. So that was my first one. But then my second one was in my senior year, and I just started going one day, and it was just like, just older people. And I was like, I don't even know half these people. And then some of them like I knew, but it was just like, they were just in a different setting. And it was like, I felt like I was meeting these people. You know what I mean? Like it was just a different setting because, you know, our VSC is in the same place, but there's just, the vibes change whenever VCYA is
Vibes.
there. And so sporadic memories. We kind of had a on and off relationship with VCYA whenever I was a youngin. But now I love this ministry, and it's pouring into my heart and soul. That's what I can say.
Yes, I love this ministry too.
VCYA is the way to go.
It's aight for sure.
I think so.
It's straight.
I think
No,
think
that's like one of my favorite things to like witness is like any of our seniors that are in high school that kind of get to be a part once they're about to graduate, and they like come in and they don't know what to expect because they're used to like sixth graders running around and like basketballs flying over their heads and stuff, and they just come in and it's just like grown folk just talking.
I felt that's the word I want to say. I felt very refreshed. It was a very refreshing service. You know what I mean? Because there's sofas there, the lights were like dim, and it was just like
Everybody's drinking coffee.
There's like
good
they have a
vibe.
lamp that looks really cool next to the coffee machine, and it's just like
The vibes.
I just felt the vibe was born there. I feel like
It was.
Vibe was
The
born.
birthplace of vibes.
Vibes.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that was my first VCY experience. But
Yeah.
was VCY a thing whenever was that I don't know, did you start VCYA?
I rebranded VCYA.
Rebranded, okay.
Yeah. So kind of when I stepped into the young adult ministry, we can go way back.
Years
So
ago.
this is what happened.
The origin story of VCYA.
My brother in Christ / boss / arch nemesis, Reverend Mark Hilton. He's the one that kind of pushed me into this role and quite literally pushed me into a room with some young adults that were revitalizing the young adult ministry that had kind of just fallen flat a little bit. And he said, hey, this guy's in charge now, listen to him. That's literally how that happened. Not everybody was super excited about that. And I had never led a meeting, and I got pushed straight into a meeting. So it was an interesting day. I learned some quick leadership tips that day, like don't ask everyone's opinion about things.
You just taught me that one.
Yeah, don't do
Okay.
it. If there's a room full of people, never ask, what do you guys think we should do?
Interesting. What is the reasoning behind that? What's the purpose?
Because what I did in that moment was I let everybody give direction, so there was no direction. Everybody had a different idea. Everybody had a different opinion.
I see that now.
Not to say that their opinions and their directions weren't good or valid, but it was all different. And it also wasn't what I wanted necessarily, and I didn't bring a direction.
Because you got to have some sort of vision to kind of go.
I lacked the vision because I got pushed into the room. I didn't really know what to expect. So I learned that the hard way. And then, VCYA, we had kind of had services going when I started. And it was just called Victory College.
VC.
That was it. Just
It was
Victory
dope.
College.
Yeah.
Kids are trying to enroll in your
Well, well, there was an SEU extension site here for like a year
Didn't know that.
prior to all of that.
I remember you saying that a while ago.
Like we threw away all the banners and all that stuff because we didn't have one anymore. And so
Crazy.
that had kind of stopped going, and then they had started like doing monthly meetings. And so that was something that I kind of just inherited. And then shortly after, the guy who was leading worship, he moved on. Some other people had moved on. A lot of the people in that room that I got pushed into, they moved on, which is fine. Like no hard feelings. Right, still. I'm so angry. But that kind of left us with like no way to actually have a service. No volunteers, no people, no one but kind of like me to like kind of gather, and then a couple of other people who were still interested. So I started a small group that summer.
Yeah.
And we were meeting at it was actually Kara and Ashley's house.
Oh, yes. I remember them.
And so we were meeting at their house, and then they told me that they were moving. So I moved the small group to me and Casey's apartment, and it started with 7 people and ended with like 25 that summer. And that was our team right there. All the people in that small group were VCYA.
Yeah.
And so we
There you go.
launched services back the fall of that year, and the rest is history.
That's crazy.
So
It was fun watching that bloom from, my room. I wasn't necessarily involved
yeah,
at the beginning, and in fact, Matt told some of the people attending the meeting that I was unsaved, and so that I was the ministry, and very sweetly they embraced me, thinking that.
You weren't saved.
that he was a heathen, he was a pagan doing
You're
voodoo.
welcome to join. I was like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to play Skate 3. I didn't know so many people were coming over.
Yeah, it was just funny because I would be having a small group at the time, and Casey would be in his room, and so I was in the living room having a small group. Casey was in his room. He would come out and like go to the kitchen to get something. I'd be like, "That's my roommate, guys."
It'd be like a hoodie on.
Yeah.
I've been playing Xbox
Just so
for 2 days
mysterious.
straight.
They were like, "There's somebody in there." I was like, "Yeah, that's the guy I live with.
family
These are my homies." But no, shortly after, Casey jumped in, and he was an integral part.
Integral.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's a good
Look
word.
at those words, just coming
And
refreshing.
then look at how far VCY has come.
Look
Look
at
at
it.
that.
Crazy.
It's just like a blooming flower.
Mm,
Is that a good analogy?
yeah,
The best.
But even we were
So
talking about it
good.
the other day, like even just looking at our services and like all these new people and stuff like that, like it's really growing.
yeah.
It's a good little vibe.
It's
Yeah.
a good
It
little
is.
vibe. All right, so we are kind of right at the end of our time. We don't want to waste anybody's time, right? If they've made it this far, they're one of the real
You're
ones.
bored if you made it this far.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You're bored or you're a real one. You're
Yeah.
just in one of those
One
two
of those two.
categories.
It's just our moms at this point. for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. They're just like, oh, look at
Even my
babies.
mom probably tuned out at this point.
Yeah, she's like, I can't listen to my
Yeah.
son anymore.
She's playing this right now, and she's in a different room.
Oh, yeah.
And she forgot that she's playing this.
yeah, yeah.
Do I hear Joel's voice?
yeah.
My mom's a dedicated listener.
Mm.
Yeah.
Already.
And her Facebook followers.
She's
Shout out
outside
to them,
listening
too.
right now.
All right, we're gonna like track the analytics of the demographic, and it's gonna be like 45-year-old South Carolina women. They listen to this.
Multiple.
We're gonna rebrand to cater more towards that
Yeah.
audience.
Emily's mom and her friends.
No, but we can end with this. Just a hot take. Any hot take that you have about anything.
Oh, hot takes.
Ooh.
You put me on the spot here.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, can you give me a category?
Yeah, give us something to choose from.
Like
Music.
music.
Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Do you have one?
Even better. We'll narrow it down. Worship music.
Worship music.
Worship music hot take.
Hot
For
take
the
about
listeners.
worship music. Let me see.
You're
Let
the
me-
musician here.
I try. Here's my hot take about worship music. Is like, okay, in the nicest way possible. I don't think I've ever heard a non-cringy Christian rap song yet. Like, out of all of them, like I think every single one has been cringy. Like even the ones that are like,
100%.
oh, this is like on a playlist that's not cringy. Like I've seen some Christian rap songs that had an E for explicit, and they were still cringy. Isn't that crazy? Like my friend
I think
hated.
that makes it even more cringy.
That's the
Yeah,
I know, and
That
it's like,
is
bro,
like-
you're trying to be Christian. You can't even like take the E out of
Can't
your
even do
songs,
it.
bro.
You
Like,
can't
come
even
on.
know one
Yeah.
aspect of it.
And like, no, my friend, he sent me a playlist of Christian drill, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be it. And it was like all caps, hardest Christian drill music of all time.
Mm-mm.
And they were all
Yeah.
like explicit songs, and I was like, I don't know what denomination Christian this is, but it's like
Not
not
Christian at all.
Not Christian. But it's like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of Christian artists that try to be like not.
They try to be edgy, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
and it's just, it
It's
just
like,
doesn't land well.
just stay in the lane.
And like, bro, there was one song that I heard. It was like more of like a Christian R&B song, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I found out that the girl singing had a lisp,
Oh,
and it just ruined the song.
Yeah,
crazy.
We'll move on. Emily, Emily,
I don't know what to say.
do you have
after
any
that.
hot takes on Christian music?
I guess some.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
don't really know if I have any hot takes.
Cold
specifically
takes.
on-
I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's like a cold
lukewarm
take?
takes?
Christian music is good.
I think a lot of the stuff that we sing for Christian music is not necessarily like,
Biblical.
yeah.
I'd agree.
Expound.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Give us a like a lyric. You don't even have to name the band or the song itself, but just give us a lyric.
It's not, I don't really have a specific lyric, but
I have one.
okay.
I want to hear this.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart.
Come alive.
Yeah. That's like the hardest lyric to sing.
Staring into your eyes makes my. Yep. I feel like a lot of times you just sing the song. You're not even
Yeah,
looking at
but
it.
if you really look at those words, you're like, I'm not singing.
Like, bro,
that.
sloppy wet kiss.
Hey,
When
okay.
heaven
that
meets
one's-
earth.
That's
That's where I
OG.
draw the line.
Like,
Dude.
there's probably been someone who was like new to church and they were singing that song, and like you were like this, like maybe they got there and then they heard the lyric and they just went like this and looked at the screen and like it says they had to change it to
Sloppy.
unforeseen.
which is still awkward.
But if we're truly getting to the debate of it, it's sloppy wet.
Keep it sloppy.
It can't be anything other than that.
Yeah.
If the original songwriter intended it for it to be sloppy wet, which he did, we got to honor that.
How do you think he got to that place, though, of writing that lyric?
That's a fair question.
And how many people listen to it for it to get published?
Oh, I see what you're
True.
saying.
Yeah.
Like how many people saw it and were like, yeah.
He was a very small artist at the time, John Mark McMillan. David Crowder's the one who like popularized it as Unforeseen.
Oh, it's not his song?
No.
Really?
No, John Mark McMillan is
I
sloppy
thought
wet.
David Crowder was just like that.
Crowder.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's new. You just taught me something there today.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Casey.
Oh, I always have a hot take.
Okay, I'm ready. I need to learn how to do a hot take.
I think we need to stop pretending that spontaneous moments in worship are spontaneous because
That's
90%
good.
of them are planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to 10,000 church services, worship nights, been involved in some. I know that people are practicing that spontaneous whatever it might be.
They're hitting those runs at home.
Oh, in the mirror. Mirror, what am I going to say? All right. So what if I say this? You know? Well, if it's spontaneous, if it's the Holy Spirit, let it happen. You don't gotta
Yeah.
pretend that it's happening.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
I like that. That's a good take because it's something that the people needed to hear. You know what I mean? Like it was there and you said it.
Stop pretending.
Stop pretending. It's been said before. It's not groundbreaking.
No. But it's
But
something
there
we need to
are
hear.
there are some spontaneous moments that I think are
Absolutely.
spontaneous. But
Absolutely.
you're saying the majority, especially like those 13-minute Maverick City songs, like, come on, they sat there for 13 minutes and like they were like, bridge, bridge here,
Keep it going. Roll it. Run it back. Run it back. Don't stop.
bro. I remember the day I found out that the people with microphones in the band were talking to each other and not singing. And it blew my mind. I was like, they could be talking about anything while they're.
Anything.
And then it's just like the person's there. They could be chatting about anything under the sun. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, how do people not just have conversations?
Yeah.
No, I think they do.
Probably.
They do. I've
They're
been a part
like-
of those conversations.
6, 4.
Yeah, and like even that, like I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That they were like, I don't know. I just think it was a mind-boggling experience. I'll say that.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah. Matt, do you have a hot
I
take?
do.
I want to hear this one.
Maybe a bit controversial these days,
I like
but
this.
I still think Hillsong Worship. They got the goated worship music, dude.
Really? Like even stuff they
lyrically-
released now?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I've listened to a single. Like
They're goated, bro.
Even
Really?
still now.
Even still.
they probably have a song called
I
Even
think
Still.
best friend.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Hillsong Worship.
Okay.
Like not Young and Free, not their little
Old and
not
bondage.
Hillsong United. Hillsong United took too many chances, like with
Like
the
they're trying
musicality.
to. Wait, is Hillsong United not Hillsong Worship?
Mm-mm.
Really?
There's layers to
They
this
got
one.
layers, bro.
Really?
But Hillsong
It's
Worship,
like an onion.
like an onion, dude. And you peel back that onion, you find some Some
Really?
Yeah.
And they're Australian. That's just like
Just yeah.
cherry on top.
I'm not talking about any of the other people. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where the controversy comes in. But I
Yeah.
think
I can see that. Yeah.
you know there's some controversy around all of those.
I think everything's controversial now. You know what I mean? Like me,
We are controversial today.
I am. Yeah, I think so. Like you can say anything and people are like, "Oh, that's controversial." Like there's controversy surrounding that statement you just said about anything.
Controversy surrounding the controversy
Controversy.
of whether or not this is controversial.
And like at this point, I don't even know what controversial means.
Mm-mm.
I don't think they do either.
Who's they though?
Who is they? Well,
On
That's
that
what we're
note,
gonna
on
end
that, on that note, hey guys, we love you so much if you made it this far, but even if you didn't, we love you so much. Stay tuned. We're going to release episodes monthly. So we'll be
good.
back. We're back. Chit-Chats,
Chit-Chats.
it's back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you just wanted me to say chit-chat again. Sorry. I didn't catch that vibe.
It's back. Anyway, that's all we got for you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.